Hey guys, Mrs. Riken here. We have a variety of different types of plant species that you find in different biomes. So here, very common, very familiar to most of us, is what looks like a Christmas tree, a pine tree or a spruce. This is a evergreen because it's ever, E-V-E-R, green, G-R-E-E-E-N, so it's always green, but it's a conifer, so it produces cones, okay? So you're gonna find this in places where it's snowier typically, but there's not a long enough growing season that you can waste time and energy losing your leaves. Here we have some different types of succulents. Succulents tend to be spikier here, and they tend to have a strong waxy coating, and you'll find these more in desert areas where conservation of water is everything, and plants might come and eat them, and so they will have those spikes to protect themselves. So that is what succulents tend to be found in more desert type areas. This is a broadleaf evergreen. Broadleaf, B-R-O-A-D leaf, so meaning big leaf, which you can see, an evergreen, and it doesn't lose its leaves. You find this in the tropics because, again, it's summer, so it's always warm there that you never need to lose your leaves. So this is a broadleaf evergreen found more in tropical areas. And here is another example of a broadleaf, again, big leaves, evergreen. Another type of tree is a deciduous, broadleaf deciduous. Deciduous is a weird word, okay, and I will spell it on the screen for you, but deciduous means loses its leaves seasonally. So here we have a maple tree. I remember maples because they kind of look like hand, like I'm giving them a high five, but they're a deciduous tree and they lose their leaves annually, but they're also a broadleaf because it's a pretty big leaf. If this leaf was, if snow fell on this could easily break that branch. And so it needs to lose its leaves so that when the snow comes, it's protected, but that's why it loses its leaves, but it has big leaves to capture that sun for that summertime. So this is a deciduous broadleaf, found in more temperate regions like we have around us in Chicago. So normally I don't even talk about this type of tree, but what's really interesting is my cameraman over there, Noah, had noticed when he brushed against this plant how soft the needles were, which was really unusual because we typically think of a pine type tree having really prickly leaves or prickly needles. Again, the needles and leaves, they use those terms interchangeably. But this is a deciduous conifer. So deciduous, it loses its leaves, so these needles will actually fall, so this would not make a good Christmas tree. But it's a conifer because it produces cones. So we had an evergreen conifer, okay, evergreen. Conifers are typically like our pine trees, our spruce, our Christmas trees, if you would. And this is a deciduous because it loses its needles. It's a deciduous conifer. So the four other main types of plants, but I think this one kind of helps bring and reinforce those ideas together. Thanks so much.